Hello there everyone, welcome back to episode 7 of the Bournemouth career mode. As you can see in the background, the switch on my light has got a shadow on it. But let's get to FM, I suppose. It's all about lights, FM, and that Friday feeling today. It's not Friday where you are, it's probably Monday, which I hate Mondays, I don't like Mondays. But anyway, welcome. Oh, I've just gone mad the last few days, I don't know what I'm on about. But this is the episode 7 of the first season of my Bournemouth career mode. And I believe, just to give you a bit of news, if this is released on Monday, then the video should be going daily from this day. Because on Monday I get Sky Fibre activated. Yes, that means I can upload stuff quicker. And therefore I can make this series a daily series in order to get as most out before we reach FM18. The video also on my plans for FM18 is coming out in the next week or so. So we've only had a few games since our last episode. In the last episode, we lost 2 games. We lost to Bristol in the World Cup, I was going to say. The FA Cup, let's not talk about that. And then we got absolutely obliterated by Arsenal in the league. We've only played 3 games since, and that was a loss to Southampton at home. I don't know why it's done that. A loss to Southampton at home. And then we had a brilliant game against Leicester away from home, but drawing 3-3, and Callum Wilson got a double. But unfortunately, as a result of that, he's out for 4 to 5 weeks, which means that pretty much he's going to be out for the rest of the season. But, little one on Callum Wilson, he's kind of our third-rate striker at the moment. We've got Afobe and Musset above him, and he has requested to leave as well, because he feels that the midfield isn't good enough for some reason. So, there are some clubs that want him. Newcastle, Swansea, Stoke and West Ham. I've said 30 million for his asking price. Not saying to transfer this just yet, but to see what happens, we'll leave it as that. We might let him go for 25, but we'll let you know about that the rest of the season and the end of the season, of course. Then we played Manchester City. We were dominated by them. So today we are playing Burnley and then Tottenham. I've tried the end of this season to broadcast games that I haven't done so far this season. For example, I've already shown you West Brom and Newcastle. I will show the West Brom game. But for example, I've shown us play Man City away from home. Of course, I've shown us play Liverpool a lot of times. But today we're going to be showing the Burnley and Tottenham matches. If you look at the Premier League, obviously got 1 point since you've been away. So that European dream has gone, really. If you look at 7th place for Liverpool, if we win our games today, we're 10 points behind with 21 points available. You do the maths, it's pretty hard to do. But we are 15 points away from relegation zone. And if we beat Burnley today, that is 18 points. With 6 games to go, which actually means technically we are dead on safe, which is all good. Liverpool have beat Chelsea in the league earlier in the day, and we are the 3 o'clock kickoff. So we're keeping with the 4-2-3-1 formation away from home, and I think that looks to me like a decent team. Tyrone Mings is coming back from injury at the moment, but not quite ready to go on the bench. And yeah, we are ready to go. I've set Boruc and given both to go at the end of the season on a free transfer. I just think that's quite good business. If you guys didn't know that we are going to be signing Brad Jones from Feyenoord, used to play for Liverpool on a free at the end of the season. And basically, Brad Jones is younger, so he's got youth on his side at the young age of 34, as well as his wages are less than both of those put together, obviously, but he's got less wages than both of those players. So I think he's on 10 grand a week, whereas, say, the other 2 were on 20 grand a week each. So a nice saving for us at the moment. And by the way, I was looking at the wages before we started this match. And Jermaine Defoe, get in, Pereira. Before this match I was looking at the wages. Jermaine Defoe is on £88,000 a week. And he's scored 2 goals, I think, so far this season. So that's shocking. That is absolutely shocking. I'll just check OBS as well to check that it's working and recording. Yep, that looks like happy days to me. And as we load the highlight. But Jermaine Defoe, 88 grand a week. I think he scored 3 goals so far. So if you put that down into weeks, that's what? Paid him 25 grand a week per goal. And of course, obviously, we've been playing him that amount all season. So don't even get me started on how much we paid him per goal. But unfortunately, Defoe will be going at the end of the season. Unfortunately, another player going at the end of the season will be Andres Pereira. He's obviously only come on loan, so we can't really do much about him. If we could get him on loan next season again, we might try that. But I'd like to develop our own players if we can get someone as good as Pereira, of course. I doubt we can do that, but if Pereira is available for loan next season, or Jose Mourinho changes his stance, then I think we will sign him, because he's a top quality player, especially for a club like Bournemouth. Jordan Ives on the ball, Harry Arter, Pereira. I think I might actually change to control in this game, because Burnley are on the brink of relegation, their form is not good, but Gosling puts it to Pereira, and that is not the best shot, but Pereira definitely the best player of the match so far in these 13 minutes and 51 seconds to date. He puts it in, and Ben Mee takes it away. Pereira once again puts it in, but nothing really happens. I think the good thing with a player like Pereira, especially for the rest of the league, as I said, he's kind of like one of those Ruben Loftus-Cheek figures in the Crystal Palace side. I quite like him as a player because he's a young player, so he's got that youth and enthusiasm about him. As he scored his second goal of the game, that's nice to see. And that's 10 goals for the season for him. He's a cam and he scored 10 goals this season. The only other players to score 10 goals this season is Callum Wilson, Benny Kofobe and Lys Mousset. So that's pretty good. Obviously, Defoe hasn't done that, and he probably would if he got more games. And honestly, I'm a big fan of Jermaine Defoe, but he hasn't fit into my system this year. I tried to play him in a few games early in the season. He just didn't perform. So, he'll only go for a few million because his value's only 1 million now. But if we can sell him for something, then we will bring a better backup option in the end of the season. I'm not going to bring Peter Crouch in, but maybe someone of a similar calibre would be nice as a backup option. But we're 2-0 up at Burnley, and this is a solid score so far. Actually, Southampton are moving to the top 4. That is quite incredible. I'm really happy with the way things are going. And yeah, we'll keep it as it is. My throat seems to be getting worse throughout the day today. I think I've kind of got over the worst of this cold and cough. It's horrible. It's not the flu, and I can understand when people say, oh, I hate having the cold. I mean, it's not too bad just having a cold, but when you've got a sore throat, and you just feel grotty, don't you, all the time? It's not too pleasant whatsoever. But I guess you have to get over it. I mean, if you get it early, then you are quite immune from getting it in the future. But I'm sure you guys don't really care about that. You've come here to watch episode 7 off FM, not talk about colds and coughs. You want to do that, you watch a vlog. But anyway, Ashley Barnes for Bournemouth. Burnley, ignore me. Robbie Brady, it seems a lot of them have got yellow cards. Brady, me, Barnes. But no, Ake gets it. He's been solid this season. Look, he's a permanent player. 20 million we signed him for. Oh, that's a good point in terms of money. I looked at our projections for next season. Guess how much we get in the transfer budget? 50 million. That is quite incredible. I was very shocked when I saw that. But I've got it. Nothing really comes of it, though. But 50 million to spend next season. On top of the 25 million that maybe Callum Wilson will go for. That's 75 million. Could you just imagine? We could sign anyone with that, couldn't we? But I think we might have to sign a better goalkeeper because Begovic is absolutely been mugged there. He's been good this season in some cases. He's had to make some really good saves. But in other cases, he's just been shocking. Honestly, look at that. That's just awful. Let's not look at that again. But Smith, Ibe, Pereira, I really hope this isn't 2-2 because that's not good for anyone. Begovic puts it out for Mousset. Ben Mee gets it. Jordan Ibe, Pereira, Arthur, Mousset, still Mousset, still Mousset, still Mousset, Charlie Daniels, Arthur in the middle, Fraser on the wing. Fraser wins it back from Bolano, I presume that's the right back. Fraser puts it in for Mousset, and Mousset has said surrender to that ball. Is he French? I forgot, but anyway. Jordan Ibe puts it in for Mousset, and he doesn't say surrender this time, because he scored. I'm going to check, is he French? Yes, he is, so we can link that to France. France? If there are any French people watching, I apologise. I meant nothing of the sort. I love Mousset, I love French football, and all that jazz. But anyway, obviously English football's the best. Even though we get nowhere in World Cups or European competitions, that's something else for another day though. But it looks like we're doing really well against Burnley today. Our first win in quite a while, and Burnley, Huddersfield, it's actually quite a close relegation run this season. They've got West Brom and Brighton that are quite close to the drop. And there's no one really that's going to struggle massively at the bottom. But Daz Gosling's got it, and that's 4-1. And that actually I think that's his first goal under my reign. And that's I think that's an assist from Mousset. And as the game says in its commentary there, Dan Gosling is doing well to claim a first team spot. He's been playing really well since we reintroduced him a few months back. Can't remember why he wasn't playing. I think he had an injury or something like that. But he has been really, really good. So that's positive. Obviously, if we've got the likes of Pereira and what's the other guy's name from Barca, that's really bad. Not knowing my players, isn't it? But if the other guy goes, and that's someone we can use next season, because of course Andrew Sermon left in January. I've got no hard feelings about that. But I'll tell you what, the only hard feeling I've got, obviously, he went to Leicester, and what happened was, defending mistake again, 2-4, 4-2. The only regret I have about Sermon going to Leicester is basically we were leading them 3-2 in the game. I didn't broadcast, and then he scored the last goal to make it 3-3, and that was kind of predicted to happen. Of course it was going to happen, but it's just one of the things that happens, I guess, in life, but oh well. Pereira on the ball, straight out to kick-off. If kick-off highlight, that usually means a goal for the other team. I'm very pessimistic, aren't I? Jack Cork's buggered that up. Jack Cork, though, at Burnley, That is an odd signing to say the least. So he went from Southampton to Swansea to Burnley. I feel, honestly, not to be rude to any of the clubs involved, I think that's 3 sideways movements, that he hasn't moved up, but then he hasn't moved down. I'd probably say that Southampton is the slightly bigger club. But anyway, let's leave it into club politics away for this game. But to be 10 points behind Liverpool, Stoke, 2 solid Premier League clubs at this point of the season, very late on in the season. I don't care if you say that Liverpool have had a bad season. The likes of Stoke have had a good season. So that is it. We've had a brilliant season, apart from the fact we're probably going to go and draw this 4-4 now. It's been a very exciting game, I'll give you that. We haven't actually made a substitution so far this game. Ake apparently with 5.6. He's had a few bad games recently. I'm a bit worried about him. But we're going to make a triple sub, and we will bring Defoe on, see if we can get a goal, increase his value, all that jazz, see if we can get a bit more money for him. If honest, I wanted to see if I could get, what's his name now, Callum Wilson out there for a few games, maybe get a few goals, to say to me that you want to stay at the club, but at the same time, if he doesn't, to increase his value. So, I guess we could do that. But we've made a triple substitution now. If they come and make it 4-4, then I'll be slightly disappointed. That's an understatement. It's a bit like our tackling, that's been disappointing as an understatement. But Leicester have beaten Swansea as well, not too an exciting result. But really now we're just waiting for that full-time whistle, or of course another goal, to cement our position in the game. Afobe now, still Afobe. Defoe, put it to Ibe, have a shot, pal. No, didn't work out, didn't quite work out. I'll give it to Tom Heaton, very good English goalkeeper. I think he's probably our number 3 at the moment, behind Jack Butland and Joe Hart. I'd probably joint with Fraser Forster, I'd say. But it's tricky to say. I watched the England game against Slovenia last night, and we were shocking. I don't get England. We're so overrated, I think, because, no offence to any other nations, I think England is one of those main nations in the world, isn't it? And obviously we won the World Cup in 1966, but we've had nothing since, have we? We had the 90s and we had the famous Gaza era and all that sort of stuff. But in the last few years, what's really worrying me now, especially now, we haven't got a star in the team. We've always had a Gerrard, a Lampard, a Scholes, whoever. We haven't got anyone now. We've got some good players, don't get me wrong, the likes of Harry Kane, top player. But we haven't got any stars, I don't think. That's 5-3, so that should be game over. 24 shots, 10 on target. Nice to see that stat. It's a really good stat. And that's Afobe's 15th goal of the season. Definitely value for money. I think they bought him in from Wolves, didn't they? He was obviously an Arsenal Academy player. Went to the Wanderers and then went to Bournemouth. So, really a downward step and then an upward step to the Premier League. So, there we go. But Harry Arter's got it as a shot. And it goes straight to Tom Heaton. That's 26 shots then. 1 for the stats, I guess. But is this going to be 6-3 or 5-4? Naki Wells has it. But Begovic makes a good save. See what I mean? Some of our stuff is really good. Some of our stuff isn't. Just the way it goes. Taylor puts it in. Cook. To Cork. Very funny. Cork. Tarkowski. Gosling. Afobe. Arter. Defoe. No, Medme's got it. Arter puts it to Fraser. Fraser on the wing. Cork. Barnes. Blooming hell, this is back and forth football. Defoe can't get to it. And I feel this is just going to be one of those minute full-time highlights. So I'll see you at the end of the game if nothing else happens. So that's the full-time whistle then. 5-3 in this game. And I've actually made an executive position. We've been recording for quite a while in this game. So for the first time ever in my FM history, I'm just going to make this a one-game episode. But have a little look at the stats of the team. And show you for a few minutes anyway. Not too long and blab on for too long. But have a look at our team and show you really what we're going to do for next season. My aims for the season. So this is the squad. If we hide players that are here on loan. No, let's hide players that are who are on loan or on trial. Here, I think. So yeah, if we go with that, we've obviously got our main goalkeeper Begovic, and we've got Given and Boruc, who both go in the end of the season. We've got Smith. I'd like to get another right back because if we look in the under 23s in there, hold on, I'll just change this to the save. Have we got any really up and coming right backs? Of course, we've got Mark Wilson out on loan, but nobody too special. Left backs, I'd like another one. Wiggins has got to go, I think, and Smith. I do like Smith, but I just don't think he's really going to do too much for us. Daniels as well, maybe Mings as a sort of up and coming left back as well. Wingers I'm more happy with. We've got Ibe, Lennon. We have got Musa, who needs to be there if necessary, and we've got Pugh and Fraser. Maybe one more, but who knows. Midfield then, obviously, we've got Arter, Gosling, Alvarez. So maybe another centre midfielder. That would probably be good. And then, of course, in strikes, we've got Afobe, Defoe, Wilson, and then Mousse, if applicable. So, if we look at the transfers, obviously, Brad Jones is coming in at the end of the season. We've made an inquiry for Pereira, see how that comes back. But Brad Jones is going to join the 1st of July. I think that's good. We've also been doing a bit of scouting. I'll reveal that to you now. One of my friends, if you're watching it, Alex, hello, is a big fan of the German club St. Pauli, who are in the 2nd division. And if you don't know, guys, this is just a update for the British leagues. So, say if a club was promoted from the 2nd French league to the 1st French league, that hasn't updated. But there are a few players at St. Pauli I've been scouting. If we can search it up here, that'd be brilliant. Scouting to players update. Yeah, there we go. We've got a few players from St. Pauli that we're scouting. We've got Maiachi, of course, played for Arsenal in the past. But one player that looked decent, I think it was Lasse Sobiek. But for some reason, he's got no intention of joining the club. But obviously, apart from Pauli, we've got a few more players as well who we can look at. Scouted, obviously, these aren't all my scouting options, but we just looked here at some players that their contracts are expiring at the end of the season. We've got Karaman. He used to play for Hoffenheim, now plays for Hanover. His contract runs out at the end of the season. He looks like a decent player, might sign him as a backup winger. We've also got Gazzola as someone else who plays for Sassuolo. He's pretty much played in Italy all his life. So I'm guessing the language barrier, the language barrier is going to be a tough one. But we do need a right back, so maybe a younger right back would be good. If we look at the other players here, we've got Kingsley Ezebue. He's played for Zola all his life as well in the Eredivisie. And he's basically plays all across the right. His current ability is very suited to League One, maybe not then. I didn't realise that. But if you've got anyone in the comments that you'd like to suggest to me to sign next season, that would be brilliant. But obviously that's our current formation and our current squad. We definitely need to add a little bit more. But I'm struggling to see where we can add it. I think we probably need another midfielder, another right back, another left back, perhaps another central defender, and perhaps another striker with Wilson probably going at the end of the season. But if you have enjoyed that anyway, folks, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. The next episode will be the last episode of the season. I'll either do just West Brom or Newcastle and West Brom. I might do Everton and West Brom. I don't know just yet, but you'll see that in episode 8. Anyway, it's only been one game today, but I've really enjoyed that one. It was a really good game against Burnley, 5-3, and I think that pretty much officially means that we've gone out of relegation, and now we just need to fight for a mid-table finish. So our aim really is 10th now, with 5 points off Newcastle, but I suppose we can do it. We can aim for whatever we want. Anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for episode 8. Goodbye.